Hello, welcome to Musical, Vocal, Inspirational with Candice. Yes, we can. Of course, we can. Thank you, my viewers, subscribers, those who comment, those who share, and those who like these videos. Please continue to do the same. Now we're continuing on the story of Johann Sebastian Bach. Sebastian and Jacob were strong, healthy boys, but both their parents had several bad illnesses. When Sebastian was only 9 years old, Mrs. Bach fell very ill indeed and died. Mr. Bach found it hard to look after the children on his own and soon married again. For 3 months, everyone was well, and they seemed to be getting back to a happy life. Then Mr. Bach fell ill and died almost at once. All Ashnak felt sorry for the unlucky Bach children who had lost both parents within 1 year. By now, Christopher, the eldest boy, was away from home earning his living as an organist. When he had heard of his father's death, he wrote a letter to his stepmother. Would she like to send Jacob and Sebastian to live with him at Ohrdruf? He had just got married and lived in a little cottage. It was not very big, and he did not earn much money, so it was a kind offer. Mrs. Bach was very grateful. She was finding it hard to bring up the 3 boys without a husband. So she packed trunks for Jacob and Sebastian and sent them off. Ohrdruf is another small town in Thuringia, 30 miles away from Eisenach. On one side of it, there are wooded hills, and in the other direction, flat, heathery country. In the middle of the town stands St. Michael's Church, where Christopher Bach was organist. Christopher himself taught Jacob and Sebastian how to play the organ and clavichord. Like his father, he was a thorough teacher. Sebastian himself learned very fast. As soon as he knew one piece, he asked for a harder one. He wanted to try as many new pieces as possible. Christopher, on the other hand, thought he should spend more time on each piece. Once this led Sebastian into serious trouble. Christopher had a precious book of music by all the best composers of music living at that time. Sebastian longed to borrow this so that he could play through all the pieces. But however much he pleaded, Christopher always said no. Sebastian was determined to get it all the same. He knew the book was in a cupboard with a wire mesh front. By putting his hand through one of the holes and rolling up the book, Sebastian found he could pull it out. The only time he dared to do this was at night, when Christopher was asleep. But at that hour, he could not play the pieces, or he would wake the house. So he had to copy them out by night and play them secretly by day. As there was no electric light in those days, people had to read and write after dark by candlelight. But Christopher did not allow Sebastian any candles. He had to write out the music by the moonlight instead. The moon only shone brightly enough for a few days each month, so that altogether it took him 6 whole months before every piece was copied down. Now I will read 2 more paragraphs to end this section of the story, which will be continued. And after all this trouble, Christopher found the book of copies. He was very angry and took it away. Sebastian was bitterly disappointed, but he soon cheered up again. He found he knew all the pieces by heart. His careful copying had planted them firmly in his mind. It was not long before the brothers were friends again. In fact, Sebastian dedicated one of his own first pieces to Christopher. This was only fair, as Christopher gave his brother his early lessons in composing music. He taught Sebastian how to compose just as thoroughly as he taught him how to play. Again, Sebastian was a very quick pupil and was soon writing music of many different kinds. Very talented, very gifted, Johann Sebastian Bach. Now, as we continue in our Christmas season, we think about those 3 kings, those wise men. We 3 kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traverse far. Field and fountain, moor and mountains, following yonder star. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us with that perfect light. Born a king on Bethlehem plain, gold I bring to crown him again. King forever, ceasing never, over us all to reign. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us with thy perfect light. Glories now behold him arise, King and God and sacrifice. Alleluia, alleluia, sounds to the earth and skies. O star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us with thy perfect light. Yes. And with all of that, we think of the first Noel. Who is the first Noel? The angels say it was a certain poor shepherd in field as they lay. The first Noel, the angel did say, was a certain poor shepherd in field as they lay. In fields where they lay, a-keeping their sheep, on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. They looked up and saw a star shining in the east beyond them far, and to the earth it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 Noel. Born is the King of Israel. And by the light of that same star, 3 wise men came from country far. To seek for King was in their intent, and to follow the star where it went. Noel, 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 Noel. Born is the King of Israel. The star drew nigh to the northwest, o'er Bethlehem it took its rest, and there it did both stop and stay, right over the place where Jesus lay. Noel, 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 Noel. Born is the King of Israel. The first Noel. So Christmas is a busy time, a time to reflect, a time to love, a time to share, a time to care. And we sing, Christ came to earth, he was born in a manger. Glory to God, he was born for a purpose. He's today the highest, he's today the greatest. He's today the mighty keeper of our salvation. Christ came to earth, he was born in a manger. Glory to God, he was born for a purpose. He's today the highest, he's today the greatest. He's today the mighty keeper of our salvation. Yes, we can. Musical, vocal, inspirational. I trust that you enjoyed all that was done. Stay tuned and view on our next time on this channel. Thank you one, thank you all. God bless you.